Hey you guys, C here. Thank you so much for clicking to join me in today's video. Today I am recapping or sharing my experience making my fourth make for the Make 9 challenge, and that is a pair of cargo pants. Now earlier in the year I shared with you a series of goals that I wanted to tackle this year, as well as a Make 9 challenge, and so far I am well on my way this year tackling each and every one of those goals. Now I have shared with you a behind the scenes of my previous 3 makes, the ebbs and flows, while constructing those garments, and this time I'm coming at you with a recap or a review. For my cargo pants, I chose McCall's 8367. This has 3 different views. I chose to make view B. It is a wide leg with color block option. Now, I chose not to color block because it's just not really my vibe. View A is a pair of shorts, and View C is another pair of cargo pants with a D-ring buckle as well as elasticized cuffs. This pattern came out last year in 2023, so it should be readily available in your fabric stores as well as Simplicity, probably Etsy and eBay, as well as Amazon too, okay? Now, the suggested fabrics for this pattern is crepes, challis, and nylon ripstop. I chose a nylon spandex in this beautiful, super neutral, light gray. If I'm not mistaken, the spandex contents are 2%. So you can see I've got a little bit of stretch. What you want to find is something lightweight and drapey. The notions that you need for this pattern are interfacing, fusible interfacing for the pockets, and elastic, 1-inch elastic for the waist. I cut a size medium, that is a 12 to 14. The only modifications that I made to this pattern was extending the length. I don't remember how much I added to the length, but my inseam ended up being 31 inches, and my total length was 42 and a quarter inches long. For reference, I am 5'8", and I do have long legs. Now, I did enjoy making this pattern, and I will certainly do it again. Here are the modifications that I would make in the future. The first of which is extending the length more. I told you I don't remember how much I added to the length, but even though my inseam is 31 inches, it's still just a hair bit too short for me. The pants are a bit high-waisted, and so that pulls away from your length. The length is still good. It's still wearable. I'm still comfortable. But in the future, I will lengthen it out a tad bit longer. I think for this pair of pants in particular, with my height and the length of my legs, I think I'm going to aim for about 33-inch inseam next time around. And that's going to compensate for wearing with heels, as well as them draping over a pair of sneakers. With the choice of fabric that I chose, the pants can definitely be dressed up as well as casual down. So I'm finding them to be a great streetwear option with my sneakers, as well as dressing it up, pairing it with some nice platforms or a cute pair of heels. And I like the versatility of that. Now, the second modification I would make will be to adjust how the pants fit around my waist and my crotch. Now, I told you the pants are high-waisted. There are 3 casings that you create and insert elastic into. I think next time I'm going to go for 2 casings instead, 2 rows of elastic instead, because the pants keep finding their way in my butt. Like, I keep having wedgies. My fabric is just not falling and draping across my butt like I would like. And so I think that is because they're pulled up just too high, and when I kind of shimmy them down, the elastic is now draping over my butt. So it's hard to explain, but I hope you get it. I think that having 3 casings and having them so high on my waist is just making them too high up in my crotch and in my butt crack. So I want to do 2 casings so that they sit lower and so that they drape better. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. I hope that makes sense. The third modification that I will make is probably making the pockets on the back a little smaller. I don't have a lot of cushion back there. I don't have a lot of surface area back there. So I've got these 2 huge pockets on my butt, and it just kind of is overtaking a little bit. So I would probably minimize those just a hair. I still want them to be large enough that I could stick my hand back there, put my phone back there, but I don't think I need them as big as my butt cheek. Now the fabric that I chose makes these pants a great option to dress up as well as casual down. So I've really been loving the versatility that they have. They are a great streetwear option in my Me Made wardrobe, as well as dressing it up, pairing them with a pair of platforms or a pair of heels and feeling really nice and fancy. I think there's a way I can work around them and wear them to work. And then it's great that I can wear them out on the town or with my kids, some type of outing on the weekend as well. The pattern is rated average, but I don't want that to deter any beginners or those that are new to garment making. I think it's very doable for beginners as well. There's also a sew along. Mimi G hosts a sew along on YouTube, so you have a step-by-step guide of how to construct them. Do keep in mind that Mimi G's tutorial does not coincide with the pattern instructions. So Mimi G's tutorial does not go step by step as a pattern instructions. Unfortunately, it doesn't go way off course that you're like, wait a minute, what just happened? It's still pretty succinct. And so I think this would be a great option for beginners as well. I'm not too sure why it's average. It's a very straight to the point sew. It's a pretty good sew. The instructions are great, very easy to understand. I think the only thing that may trip you up is doing the flap at the bottom. But if you have any issues, you can reference that tutorial, and I think Mimi G covers it pretty well. Overall, I am very pleased with how these pants turned out. I look forward to wearing them very, very often. I look forward to making another pair. I'm going to be pretty particular about what fabric choice I use because I'd like it to remain a constant in my wardrobe. So I'll keep you guys posted if I do come across that perfect fabric. The fabric that I use is something that I stumbled across on clearance for Joann's. And then coming home and shopping my pattern stash, I was like, oh, this will be great for it. I just bought the fabric just for no reason. And with all that being said, that is my fourth make for the Make 9 Challenge. Killing it this year. Next up is my thrift flip. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely make sure that you are subscribed and you come back. Next week, I'm destashing some patterns, so definitely make sure that you come back for that as well. As always, I love you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.